How you doing, guys? Welcome to a new video. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Joshua Dangle George, a social media marketer and online coach, and a very frequently asked question that I get is about e-commerce and how to get results for e-com, how to set up the ads, and so on and so forth. And I'm usually very hesitant to publish content like that on YouTube because that is something that I do offer in my paid education program. So I basically offer a coaching program where I show you guys exactly this, how to basically start your own agency, how to get your first clients. But because I have my own agency that focuses on e-com clients, I usually save like anything e-com related for the coaching group. Why? Because they pay good money for it, and I want to be as transparent as possible with this group, just so that they can get the same results, if not best results, than I get for my clients. So like I said, with regards to YouTube and any type of free content that I put out there, it's very much tailored towards lead generation. And like I said, if someone asks me, can you publish a free video on e-com, I usually say, listen, that is something that I do save for my paid group because, like I said, they've paid good money to be in that group, and I just want to show it to them there. And yesterday we had the coaching call. So today's Monday. I'm actually recording this on the same day as uploading. And yesterday in the coaching group, we basically discussed the middle of the funnel. And this is possibly applicable to lead generation, etc. But obviously the whole call was very much tailored towards e-commerce. And then what I basically do is I explain the theory behind it. I explain and map it out, what you need to do and what kind of situation. And then I'll go into my own business manager and show in real time, I'll show the coaching group my own campaigns and my own clients, and I'll show them what I'm currently doing. And then in real time, I'll actually set up that campaign. And what I actually want to do for this video is just to give you guys something, like I said, because usually I do only keep this or leave this to the coaching group. This time I do want to give you guys some kind of theory on YouTube. So, there is free content with regards to e-com out there, on my YouTube channel. But like I said, if you do want to know more about e-commerce, etc., then, I do have to direct you to my, basically my coaching group, which is a paid program where I teach you guys, like I said, how to start your own agency, how to get your first client, build it up, scale it, automate it so that you too can live life on your own terms. Now, in terms of the structure of the video, I'm basically going to hop into my computer in a sec. So I'll basically share my screen, show you guys what is going on. I'm recording this on a lavalier mic again because I'm still having some issues with the echo in this apartment. So for those of you that have not been following along or are new to my channel, I've recently purchased an apartment in the center of Amsterdam. And we don't have any furniture as of yet. We've ordered a bunch of new stuff. We just wanted a completely new apartment with new furniture, etc. But because of the COVID virus, some of the delivery times are a little bit delayed. So we don't even have a couch just yet. That's how long everything is taken. And like I said, as soon as everything is there, I will do a house tour, which is highly requested already. And for now, like I said, I'm just being very creative with the lavalier mic, and I'll record my screen and basically hop into there now. So without rambling on too much, let's hop into the video.
No, I don't waste no time.
Okay, so here we go, guys. So as you can see, this is a presentation. I have tweaked it slightly because like I said, this is basically part of the coaching program. So some things I've left out, some things I will purposely keep in just to provide you guys with as much free value as possible. But like I said, I do need to be careful here because those in the coaching program are paying good money for this. So this is strictly theory based. I will not be going into my ad account. I will not be going into my own business manager. I will not be setting up this campaign in real time. I just want to show you guys the theory behind it. Okay, so in terms of the middle of the funnel, or MOF for short, this obviously falls just under the top of the funnel and just above the bottom of the funnel. For those of you that have never heard of this at all, basically when you drive traffic, especially to an e-com store, you drive traffic that is relatively cold to the store first, which is called the top of the funnel. Why? Because these are basically people from a larger audience. You're trying to get them into the funnel first, and that is the main objective. Okay, it's the main objective is not necessarily to get sales, it's not necessarily to get a lot of purchases, etc. The main objective is to just get people through that funnel. Now, with that said, I always optimize everything for purchase from minute one. So all of the campaigns that we'll be discussing in today's video will all be conversion campaigns with so the conversion objective and then optimized for purchase. So the top of the funnel is strictly cold traffic, people that have not yet heard of this e-com brand before, have not been on the store before, and so on and so forth. And then we basically analyze and see what these people do on the store. What are they looking at? Have they viewed content? Have they viewed the items in the store, etc. And then what we do from there is we retarget, for example, people that have been on the website, so website visitors. We retarget people that have been on the Facebook page, retarget people that have been on the Instagram page. So basically, we retarget people that haven't shown an indication of interest just yet, but they have already warmed up to the brand. So if they, for example, add to cart, or if they initiate checkout, but they don't make the purchase, of course, then we retarget them with the bottom of the funnel, which is a catalog sales campaign. And again, if you want to know more about this, I do need to refer you onto the coaching program. But for now, like I said, top of funnel is cold. The middle of funnel is retargeting lukewarm people that have already heard of the brand, and then with the bottom of the funnel, we basically try and get them to convert. So in terms of the sort of ad sets that you can create with the top of the funnel, I usually go for interest targeting to start out. And then from there, I also set up high intent lookalike audiences. So for example, those that have purchased previously, I will create a lookalike audience of 1%. And then, like I said, I will upload that into the top of the funnel, because these are, despite the fact that it's a lookalike audience, these people have not yet heard of this brand just yet. So that is why they go into the top of the funnel. Then a lot of people also set up low intent lookalike audiences. So for example, a 10% lookalike audience of those that have added to cart, and so on and so forth. I don't do this all too often. I will test this out. It is part of my testing phase, but usually I will stick to interests until I have got an audience large enough of the purchase list that is basically able to run as a 1% lookalike audience. Now there's a quick little mention about the lookalike audience of the purchase list. If you upload a static audience, for example, the purchase list from Shopify, then that will always stay the same. So that audience does not change over time because it's just a static audience that you've uploaded. If you take the pixel purchase list, however, this does constantly change because we take the list, for example, of the last 180 days. So we tell Facebook, okay, look at all of the purchases that have come in the last 180 days, and then, find me a lookalike audience like that. But 180 days from yesterday is going to be a different audience than 180 days in 2 months' time, because, like I said, it constantly evolves. Every single day, that 180 days sort of moves up one day. So the lookalike audience of that purchase list will also constantly evolve as well. And usually you don't really need to do anything with that. You can just set it up, and that, like I said, that audience will evolve with your store over time. Whereas if you do upload the Shopify list, you will need to constantly update that and maybe re-upload that once a week or once a month, depending on the size of the e-com store. Then, in terms of the middle of the funnel, which is what we are going to be discussing today, we are going to retarget people that are lukewarm. So retarget people that have already been on the store, already been onto the website, already are familiar with the brand, have already seen them on Facebook, maybe even liked the Facebook page, maybe they've commented on an Instagram post, and so on and so forth. And then what you can also do is email, the email list. So people that have, for example, let's say there's a pop-up and it says, hey, sign up for our email list and get 10% off your next order or anything like that. You can also upload that and run that as well, because people that are on the email list, like I said, have heard of the brand. Then, depending on the size of the audience, either you can take the Facebook engagement from the last 30 days, 60 days, 120 days, or 180 days. Usually, I will start off with 180 days, and then as the store grows along, with basically our service, we can start moving that up a bit more. because someone that has engaged with their Facebook page in the last 30 days is obviously going to be warmer than someone that has engaged with the Facebook page 180 days ago. So the shorter the span of days, the warmer the audience. But if the store is not big enough, then obviously, you know, people that have engaged with Facebook in the last 30 days is going to be a relatively small audience. So that is basically what you need to try and play with to find, you know, a audience that is big enough to retarget, but also, you know, the highest quality and the warmest audience. Same goes for Instagram, same goes for website visitors. You know, someone that's been on the website within the last 30 days is going to be warmer and is going to recognize the store and the ads more, you know, quicker than someone that was on the store 179 days ago, right? So that is just the way you need to look at it, and that is what you need to play around with depending on the size of the store. Same goes for email list subscribers. What I usually just do is upload the static email list from, I don't know, Lifetime, but you know, if you want to go specific and if the audience and store is big enough, then you can upload, for example, new subscribers from the last 30 days, new subscribers from the last 60 days, and so on and so forth. And then with the bottom of the funnel, we basically retarget people with a catalog sales campaign that have added a cart but haven't purchased, initiated checkout but haven't purchased, or added payment info and haven't purchased, again, dependent on the size of the store. So if your store is medium to large, you know, you're doing less than 100K a month, then what I'll do is just stick to add to cart but haven't purchased in the last 7, 21, 7, 14, 21 or 30 days, depending on how big the store is. So if your store is medium sized, then what you can do is try people that have added to cart but haven't purchased in the last 30 days and just see, you know, how that performs. If it doesn't run, you can even try 60 days, but if you just need to think to yourself, if someone has added something to cart in the last, like let's say 59 days ago, how likely are they going to react to the advertisement that they see? If it's an impulse purchase, I don't know, a pen, for example, then, and they've added it to cart, usually, you know, that is an actual impulse purchase, then 59 days later, they're not going to see that pen again and think, oh my God, I really need that pen. I want that discount. But if it's a higher ticket item, let's say a very expensive sink or a very expensive faucet, anything like that, and they add it to cart, realize there's additional shipping, and they think, you know what, I don't think I can afford this at this moment in time, maybe another time, and they leave the store, and 30 days later, they see that exact item, because obviously that is the catalog sales campaign, they see that exact item through an ad again, and there's some kind of incentive, for example, a 5% discount, free shipping, maybe there's a 90-day warranty instead of a 60-day warranty, you know, anything like that, then they are more likely to purchase, okay? So again, it depends on the size of the store, it depends on how expensive the product is, and also, you know, what kind of product it is. If it's something that you're not really too keen about, like a pen, then you know, try and keep that audience as short as possible. And you know, the difference between, for example, add payment info and add to cart, if someone's added payment info, then they are much warmer than someone that has added a cart. However, the amount of people that have added payment info will probably be much smaller than the audience that have added to cart, because more people are more likely to add to cart than they are to actually add their payment info. So again, you need to find the balance between quantity and quality there, and usually I will start with add to cart in the last 30 days. So that is the funnel in its entirety, basically. What you can also do is exclude certain audiences if you want to go very specific. If your store is big enough, then I would do this. If your store is just starting out, then I'll probably just leave this out. But what you can do with the top of the funnel is exclude website visitors, exclude people that have engaged on Facebook and Instagram, and exclude purchases, of course. If you exclude website visitors, usually exclude the purchases as well, because, you know, how can you, if you exclude everyone that has been on the store, then surely you've excluded everyone that has made the purchase. But the reason for this is because you want to show a different message to those that have already been on the store to those that have not ever heard of the store before. And that is basically why you want to separate those. So if you want your middle funnel to run successfully, then you want to basically focus on those that have been on the website, have engaged on Facebook, etc. And you should want to show a different message to those people than those that haven't heard of the store at all. Then for the middle of the funnel, you can exclude those who have added to cart, initiated checkout, added payment info, and those who have purchased. Why? Because that is obviously a message that you want to show them with the bottom of the funnel, so the catalog sales. Otherwise, they are basically seeing, let's say someone has been onto the website and they've added to cart, but they haven't made a purchase. and you don't add those exclusions, then they'll be seeing the middle of the funnel campaign that is actually trying to retarget website visitors, but also the bottom of the funnel campaign at the same time. So you've got a little bit of an audience overlap there. And then for the bottom of funnel, I usually don't have any exclusions at all, but again, it depends on the item. If it's a very expensive drone, for example, you're not going to buy a second drone within like a week of buying the first drone, right? So then I would exclude purchases. If, for example, it's a pair of sneakers, it's a jersey, maybe a fitness supplement, then yeah, by all means, leave the purchases in, because people that have already made the purchase are actually more likely to come back and make a repeat purchase again. Or what you can do is exclude purchases from the bottom of the funnel and then have some kind of nurture campaign running alongside it that only focuses on people that have already made a purchase, and then offer another kind of incentive to come back and visit the store again. Again, it depends on the size of your clients, or if it's your actual store, it depends on the size of your store. So what does the campaign look like? This is how I would set it up. Obviously, you've got the middle of the funnel campaign. I usually start with the initials of my agency, which is BP, middle of funnel, and then I usually give it some kind of nickname or something that I can recognize it with. For example, October, if you run this in October, or if you want to have like an additional middle of funnel campaign, you can have like middle of funnel October static creative, middle of funnel October dynamic creative, and split test those two. That is completely up to you. In terms of the ad sets, we've got middle of funnel Facebook engagement, middle of funnel Instagram engagement, middle of funnel website visitors. This should be the other way around, VW, it's actually WV, and then middle of funnel email list. Now, if your store is relatively small, what I would do is stack Facebook and Instagram together and only run website visitors. And then again, it depends on the size of your email list if you want to run that as well. So either 2, 3, or 4 ad sets. And then every single ad set has got the same images. So we just pick out either the 2 best performing images, or we'd pick 2 new images that are still relevant to the brand. So they will recognize that it's the same brand, it's the same store, but just maybe the same image from a different angle, or the same product but then video rather than image, and so on and so forth. So that is up to you. You can split test the 2 best performing images versus 2 newer images that are still recognizable in terms of the brand and the store. Then in terms of copy, I always go for testimonials or reviews, or again, the best performing copy from your top of funnel and bottom of funnel campaigns. You can then add that as well, and just split test those 2 in a dynamic creative to see which one performs best. But the middle of funnel Facebook engagement and middle of funnel Instagram engagement, despite being 2 different ad sets in this case, the ads, so on an ad level, those are the same. So what you can do when you want to set this up is you start with, for example, middle of funnel Facebook engagement, set up the 2 advertisements, so the best performing copy, best performing images, and then just duplicate it, remove Facebook engagement from the audience or the ad set, and then add Instagram engagement. So other than the actual audience, nothing else changes. You're still running the same images and still running the same copy. And then what I like to do, to be fair, what I've been doing lately is just run a CBO and dynamic creative within the one campaign, and just letting Facebook decide which is the best performing ad set and also the best performing image. So that is all I've got for today. Hope you got something out of this. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you want to know more about this, if you want to actually see me set up these campaigns in real time, I highly recommend you guys check out my coaching program. There'll be a link in the description box down below where you can hop on a free consultation course / strategy session where we can see what you actually need help with, and if you are a right fit for the program. If we think we are confident that we can actually help you set up your own agency and get results for your clients, then we'll offer you a place in the program. If not, then we'll obviously tell you that as well, because otherwise we are wasting your time and you are wasting our time. But anyway, for now, I'm going to wrap up this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to see more ads related content like this. Subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.